and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to achieve this 1940s half-up poodle style. This is one of my favorite and most worn hairstyles. I'm a big fan of anything that gets my hair up and out of my face but still looks really beautiful and feminine, and of course 1940s. For this hairstyle you'll need a healthy supply of bobby pins, the hair pomade of your choice, and your favorite brush for brush outs. As you can see, we're starting off with our hair set. I set mine with foam rollers. My hair was just barely damp whenever I set it. You can use whatever curling method you prefer, whether it be foam rollers, pin curls, hot rollers, or just using a hot curling iron. I'm going to briefly talk about my curling set here. It probably doesn't look that great because I can never get my rollers to line up all neat and tidy and professional looking, and it's the next day. I've slept in these, I've lived in them for a little bit, so they're not gonna look perfect. This is my basic hair set that I do almost anytime I'm setting my hair. I take two 1-inch curlers on the main side of my part going backwards to add lots of volume to that swoosh, which isn't really gonna matter today, so it kind of is more like if you want to style your hair a different way later. And then the rest of my hair towards the front of my face, I kind of part in like deep triangular sections and roll all of that forward towards my face. The rest of my hair is all just going under. I try to use as few rollers as possible. Part of this is because I'm lazy and I don't really like setting my hair, and I've got a lot of hair. The second reason is because I prefer 1940s hairstyles, which is what we're doing today, and they usually have less volume at the very top of the hair, unlike 50s hair. I feel like if I do a whole lot of rollers, like up through the top of my head, my hair looks a lot more 50s. So keep that in mind whenever you're setting your hair, but really it doesn't matter too much. As long as your hair is curled, this hairstyle will probably work. We're going to start off by removing all of our hair rollers or taking your pin curls out. The only important thing to note is you'll want to section the front part of your hair off so that it doesn't get combed out with the rest of your hair. Here I'm taking out the rollers of the front of my hair, and I'm just taking that section from behind my ear up to the top of my head, and I'm just going to pin that away. Just going to take the rest of the curlers out, and once I've caught up to the other side of my head here, I'm going to take this front section of curls and also pin those out of the way. And then we're going to start off by working on the brush out for the back half of the hair. I'm going to split it into two, and I just start by running my fingers through it to kind of break up the curl, and then I start in with my brush. I like to brush the bottom curls against my hand, and this is going to help the wave form and also keep it more smooth than if you were to just brush it without your hand there. If you're new to brush outs, please don't get discouraged. It's just something that takes a lot of time and practice to learn. You have to get used to it, your hair has to get used to it, and it just takes a lot of practice. It used to take me probably an hour to brush my whole head of hair out, which was a really long time, but now I can do it much more quickly, and it's just through practice and experience. Working on the other side now, the other thing I like to do sometimes is brush it from underneath to encourage the curls to all kind of roll under. And just continuing to brush the ends of my hair against the palm of my hand, making my waves as smooth as possible. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to bring the two sections together and give it a little brush to start melding the two sides together. And then I like to take all of my ends in my hand and just start brushing them under. So hopefully all of the ends around the whole back of my head will be pretty consistent. And I'm going to take a bit of pomade to help tone down the frizz. And then of course, once I've put this in, I'm going to give the ends a little bit more brushing, just so they're nice and smooth. If you feel like your two sections don't want to come together very nicely, I like to take a fine-tooth comb and just run it down the back, and that seems to help it come together quite nicely. Now it's time to deal with this mess up top. It's really quite simple. I'm going to take one section down, one half down. Going to take a little bit of pomade on my hand and just run that through the sides, and you can give it a little brush or a comb as well just to help smooth it out. If you'd like to use a little hairspray, feel free. And then I'm just going to take my hair, give it a little twist, and push forward slightly so that the side has some volume. I know it's kind of difficult to see, my hair is dark. Here's another view up close and in slow motion so you can see a little more clearly. It's just a simple twist. We've got a little bit of volume now on the side of the head. Now I'm going to take 2 bobby pins and place them in an X at the base of that twist, and that will secure it in place. And just leave that little poof of curls off to the side. We're going to repeat that same step on the other side with the front section of hair again. And here is a different view so you can see a little more clearly. Just smooth it. I probably could have used a little extra pomade with some of those baby hairs. We're just going to do a twist and push forward slightly so we get a little bit of volume. If you don't want very much volume, just don't push forward. And again, I'm going to secure that into place by crossing 2 bobby pins. And now we'll deal with these little top curls, and I did catch the back of my hair with my hand and didn't realize it here. Add a little pomade to the curls and brush them, not to take the curl out, but just to smooth them so they're not so frizzy. And then just kind of arrange that little pile of curls on your head as you see fit and start pinning them into place. And there's different styles of this that you can do. You can do them lower down on your forehead. You can do it more on the top of your head like I normally do. Sometimes I'll even break up the 2 main sections into smaller ones to arrange them. So here I'm working with the sections on the other side. Sometimes I can overwork the whole process a little bit and try to arrange the curls too much. And sometimes it's really just best to just pile them on the top of your head, throw a few pins in, and then just kind of go from there, arranging and pinning where needed. So it's really pretty messy, and it doesn't have to be too serious or overcomplicated. Just pin your curls how you like them. If you feel like the side is coming a little loose or something, sometimes I'll just take a little pin and slide it in, which is what I was doing there. And then once you're happy with it, you can kind of tug on it if you want it to be more voluminous, or just leave it as is. Now I'm taking my fine-tooth comb and just running over the back of my hair again, as well as the little front upswept bits, just to make sure that they're nice and smooth. However, I don't really worry about my hairstyles being too frizz-free and perfect. I'm not going to a photo shoot situation. I'm just trying to do my hair for an everyday hairstyle. And women in the 40s did have frizzy hair. They did have imperfect hair, so don't worry too much if yours isn't perfectly photo shoot glam. And I also like to take a mirror and just check the back of the poof, and as you can see, there was a little funny flyaway curl that I just pinned down. And now you are done with your 1940s half-up hairdo. If you'd like to add a little bit of hairspray to that, you can. This is the perfect style to pair with hats or other hair accessories. Here I'm adding a little flower clip of some hydrangeas that I made. That is it, and I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial today. If you feel inspired to give it a go and post a photo on Instagram, please tag me in it. I would love to see your recreation of it. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye!